Salutations, welcome to my video. I'll be creating an awesome looking diorama based around an improvised explosive device, otherwise known as an IED, exploding underneath a M1128 striker mobile gun system. First, we'll apply apple barrel burnt umber to the top. Burnt umber makes a really nice dirt color and will be used to hide any of the pink foam underneath. Next, we will take real dirt from outside and cover the diorama with it. After we add the dirt, we'll turn it upside down and spank it a few times to remove any excess dirt that might be still hanging on. After applying the dirt, the base is already 90% done. Now just to make the explosion. For the boom, we will use a cotton ball that's going to pull apart and will fit the vehicle. As you can see, the first cotton ball was too big, so I had to take it off and break it into a smaller piece. Next is painting the boom. I will use Apple Barrel Hot Rod Red, Real Red, Lemon, and Dollar Rowney Scarlet. First, I start off covering the entire ball in lemon, then I use Hot Rod Red to make highlights throughout the explosion. Then after that, I use Scarlet to add a deeper red to the explosion. Finally, I'll use Vallejo Black Primer to add black soot to finish the explosion. After we get done painting the explosion, I will take the same primer and I will paint soot onto the striker and paint the details such as wheels, vision slits. I'd start off by dry brushing the primer on the side of the vehicle with the explosion to create a soot type look. It was at this point that I realized that the camera was zoomed too far out for you to be able to see the kind of details I'm going to be painting, so I finally got my lazy behind up and zoomed in a little bit. I know it looks like I'm doing a very bad job at painting the details, but do not fear, I do go back and fix most of the mistakes that I have made throughout the early painting process. After the soot painting, I fixed the striker's turret and gun in place with Mod Podge. Soon after, I realized that the turret was turned too far to the side and that I needed to turn it more forward to avoid it clipping into the ground. Not long after I finished the base, I realized what I wanted to do. I'm going to make a heavily trafficked mud road, so I took one of the other models I made, a M1A2D. I'm going to make his own video soon, and use his tracks to make a bunch of imprints into the dirt to make track marks. After I made the track marks in the dirt, I figured it would be really unique to have the tracks also covered in mud and to have a wet ground with small puddles of water and mud in the tracks. For this effect, I used flat earth, but I realized it was a mistake after I realized the color was a bit too flat. Please laugh. After I applied the flat earth, I used Mod Podge to mix into the flat earth and mix it with it, and also create puddles in and around the track marks. Even though the flat earth didn't produce the effect I wanted and was way too bright compared to what I wanted it to be, it does really highlight the color and the actual marks of the tracks that were left by the tanks, and I imagine multiple different types of environments, all the mud that could be created from all the different types of dirt these vehicles have seen could possibly create that kind of color mud. However, I don't think it's possible, but it's too late to go back now and fix it. The next morning, I got up bright and early to come finish the diorama as I was really excited to see what it was going to look like. And here is a up-close shot of the mud. Here is a up-close shot of the boom. Next is the final build of the diorama. We will start by placing the explosion on the track marks and the vehicle with it. The final part, we will take apple barrel black, cover the sides of the base, diverting any and all attention from the sides up to the top where the actual diorama and action is happening.
That's too much. Fuck.
Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for other dioramas on the scale. Sadly, I won't be including the painting of many of the vehicles since I've already have an absolute bad bird ton of painted models. However, if enough of whoever watches wants it, I will repaint all the models during the videos. My next diorama plans are going to stay with 6mm. However, I eventually intend to make a battlefield-inspired base designed after the Caesar Shanghai in 1/6000th scale.